Namaskar. Welcome to my channel. I am Anapha. In the Moon Chart series, this is the second episode on the yoga Anapha. Moon is a very powerful planet when it comes to forming yogas. The conjunction with Moon, the aspect of Moon, the equation with Moon creates various yogas. In the previous episode, I made a video on Sunfa Yoga, and this is Anapha. So the rule says that if there are planets in 12th from the moon, the Anapha Yoga is formed. And this rule further explains that if there are planets excluding Sun, Rahu, Ketu, Anapha Yoga is formed, which means three planets should not be before moon. Then only the Anapha Yoga will form. But why these three planets are excluded? Why did our rishis decide to exclude them? Well, Rahu Ketu are quite explanatory because they are very powerful and they usurp the powers of the planets they are conjunct with. But why Sun? Well, if Sun was included, its strong egoic influence could overpower the subtle mental qualities the yoga is meant to measure. In this yoga, the person develops a self-made success, is mentally stable, has refined habits and discipline, and has the ability to function without relying heavily on others. So Moon is a very receptive and a very gentle planet. A dominant planet like Sun would have its influence on it. That's what I conclude from this equation that excludes the Sun, Rahu and Ketu. These are the pictures of a very, very famous actress of old times, this Persis Kambata. She was an Indian actress, model, and a writer best known for her portrayal of Lieutenant Ela in Star Trek. She was the first Indian woman to achieve international stardom in Hollywood. She broke cultural and industrial barriers for South Asian performers. Apart from winning the Femina Miss India, she also wrote a book, The Pride of India. So her chart has the rising ascendant as Leo. Leo is a very powerful rising ascendant because it's a royal sign. As an ascendant, it becomes the results are very powerful because Leos seek public recognition, they have a potential for fame, they are strong leadership and dramatic self-expression. They're very powerful in that. They seek that. The Lagna Lord is in the second house, but since we are talking about Sunfa, let's see the equation Moon has with the planet 12th to it. And those, we have two planets here, Venus and Saturn. Venus is very powerful here because though Venus is in a very uncomfortable because it's in a sign of Leo, but the sign is also Leo is also a very creative sign. So being the 10th lord in the sign of Leo, which is also a lot of drama and display and royalty, the Venus here becomes very powerful. And it is the Venus that gives her the self-made success, independent personality, and ability to stand out because it's a 10th lord in the Lagna. So equation of Moon and Venus is very strong here. And this equation, the Anapha Yoga, makes someone who relies on inner strength than external support. Going to another country and making space, and that too on such a high level, calls for a lot of belief in self. And that's also matches her bold career choices. The Saturn here is a difficult planet because Saturn owns the 6th and the 7th house. 7th house is the Marak and a strong Marak for Leo. Her Saturn Dasha started in 1986 and she died after the Dasha started in 1988. So this is the Sunfa Yoga that we study in Persis Khambata chart. The second chart belongs to a very beautiful lady. This is Vivian Leigh. Vivian Leigh, like just like Persis Khambata, was born in India. She was born in Darjeeling in 1913 during British India. She gained worldwide fame for her role as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. She won 2 Academy Awards for her Best Actress during her career. And of course, she's remembered as the greatest actress of classic Hollywood and theatre. So let's see what her chart indicates. For success of this kind, the chart must spell it clearly. Vivian Leigh has Moon in the 10th house and Jupiter in the ninth, that is 2/12 to the Moon. Moon represents emotions, public connections, popularity, mass appeal, changeability. When it is placed in 10th house, which is the house of career, status, and reputation. Jupiter in ninth is the significator of also ninth house, as he signifies wisdom, fortune, opportunities, mentors, higher knowledge, international connections. And in this connection, of course, he supports his significations very strongly, and he also supports travel and global exposures. To study further, one can see that the 10th house has been aspected by the ascendant lord, that is Mars. So here we see the connection of the ascendant lord, third house lord, the third house, which is house of communication and hard work, with the ninth house and the 10th house. So the first, third, ninth, and 10th become a strong, they create a strong combination for a success which is much beyond the ordinary. So these were 2 charts that explain the Anapha Yoga, the strength and the power that Anapha Yoga can bestow. In both these charts, one can see the effect of this placement that gives them international fame, awards, recognition, and strong emotional performances, and both have left enduring legacy in cinema. So this was Anapha Yoga, the relationship of moon with the trailing neighbor. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel. Namaskar.